With the state of the market today, people are wondering what is going on. AMC's price is falling significantly, but that is not really out of line with the wider market. But we're talking about why the market crashed and what's going on right now could potentially be something big for AMC. So, if you enjoy what you see around here, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, of course. But again, remember this is not financial advice, it is only my personal opinion. But with that being said, we're going to dive in. But again, if you can share, please do. So let's jump in and have a look at our first piece. It's coming from She11ERS, 15 hours ago, and it speaks about this. Clear as mud. With all of the strong opinions around, I just wanted to offer some advice from an investor who is not certain. Just giving a perspective of somebody who is a bit unsure but still has an opinion on the matter. And I do completely respect that, of course. If you're not 100% certain, that is fine. Everybody should have their own strategy, as I have said before, and I'm going to say that again. Anyway, so it says, I don't know if AMC or GME is the real play, as in the big one, so I bought both. I didn't know if Fidelity was a bad broker or would mess with me, so I have a few brokers. It says, I didn't know if DRS was the way to go, so I DRS half. I didn't know what information is factual versus a FUD, so I learned to read it and learn more. I investigate what others say, so I feel confident in what I know. And this point here, I cannot agree with any more. People should investigate what they see. People should be inquisitive and really come to their own conclusions, because it is always quite hard to tell what is FUD, you know. People have an idea of what FUD looks like in their head, but let me tell you guys, from my own comment section, I can say it's getting harder and harder to distinguish what is FUD and what is fact. So yeah, people should be very careful on that. So it says, I came here for the money, but I don't need the money anymore. I'm staying because I need a country where I am proud to live, where my kids can grow up to be anything like I tell them when I took them in at night. I hodl because it's gone far beyond money. I alone cannot change anything, but together we can be loud enough to make some changes. My point, you may never know which path to take to the prize, but keep taking them until you figure out. We are right with you, learning, growing, and becoming louder each day. Together as investors, we are strong in our convictions and free for a free and fair market. It's not too much to ask for, is it? We just want to have a fair market, and this user does sum it up very well. And again, this is somebody who is in more of the middle ground. I do completely respect that, and I do completely agree with especially this area. You know, it was initially about the money from the MOA, so it still is to an extent, but really we want to see a fair market for all, and a fair society, really, because it's coming to a point where the 1% are getting ever so rich, and the 99% of us are just losing more and more, and it doesn't have to be like 2008 anymore. We have a lot more tools that we can utilize to speak up and to show that we know more than they think, so they cannot get away with covering up anymore. Anyway, on to our next point. This one's coming from YesDone23, 6 hours ago. Let's talk about the price action in the pre-market for today. A drop of $1 with a very little volume, but Friday was probably the biggest buy ever and it didn't move. We ride or die, and we're riding this to the moon. Now, users in the comment section go on to say some fair things, like the Fed being a fair factor, the situation in Russia and Ukraine is also a fair factor, and yeah, that is a fair factor for the wider markets, and it is actually a fair factor for AMC, but go back to this point here, and it is true, people are buying in AMC, and Friday was a fantastic day, so why is the price not moving at all on Friday, but is moving today by $1? Surely if it's going to move down by $1 today, it should have moved up by a couple of dollars on Friday. That's just my opinion, but of course, that is what we're seeing. Regardless though, I do think it is something worth bringing attention to, and just something to think about when we are seeing these price action, which is bringing us down significantly on the day by day, because when we look at the actual bullish factors that we have that are being covered up, you know, they are quite big as well. Anyway, onto our next piece. It's talking about price targets for AMC. It's coming from Mr. Duggan 4 hours ago. And it's speaking about how to become a millionaire. And it gives you guys a rough guide of what price targets there are to become a millionaire. And it says things like 10 shares at 100k. All of the maths is pretty simple, but it is just a quick reminder, you know. So I'm not here to tell you guys what to do, of course. We should not all anticipate on having a certain price target, but here is a rough guide of what people should be looking at if they are anticipating becoming a millionaire, because the numbers don't lie. And again, these are the figures that we are looking for at these certain levels. If people do want to see it make them a millionaire. That was one thing which I thought was worth bringing to you, but here is another. It's coming from Victor 19 hours ago. So Robinhood is tanking and the overall market is crashing too. Quite frankly, I don't really care. I've been at Ape for almost a year now, not as long as some of you here, but still quite a while. I haven't sold a single share whilst I've been up hundreds of percentage points. But besides being an ape, I am also an investor. And while I'm comfortable being a smooth-brained ape on the side of things, I am not those things as an investor. Now, as an ape, I'm glad that Robinhood is getting into trouble, let's say, and I'm also pleased to hear that the piece of excrement hedge funds are going to crash and burn like they deserve for robbing this country and the retail investors of it, and the world of course as well. However, I am here to make money as an investor, so if Robinhood goes out of business, good. If hedge funds get liquidated, good. If the market is reformed to become more free and more transparent as well, then yeah, I'd be happier than Milton Friedman at an economics conference. But AMC must squeeze, and I must get my tendies. I will not settle for the above mentioned things alone. This play, as it is called, doesn't end at the market reform and liquidations. I will not be robbed of what I stand to make because someone found a way to sweep their mistakes under the rug. If I helped as an ape to push reforms in the market, great, but you should pay me what I owed. I'm not here to feel good. And that's true. We don't want to see a reform in the market alone. Of course, it is about the MOAS as well. Of course, the reform is important and it is crucial for the future. But right now, when we've been up to 72, we know it's highly likely that a MOAS is going to come for this stock. And if that is the case, we don't want to just ignore it in hope for only a free market. That's something that we should have for a given anyway. And if they've been caught up, then that's tough luck for them. They should have to pay what they owe. And of course, the further on we get, the more we discover, and it puts us in a position of strength. So guys, as always, keep learning, stay careful, stay vigilant, but yes, the MOAS is looking good. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.